family. I got some very interesting information pertaining to cancer, and it could be connected to a host of other different diseases as well, but we're going to stick to cancer for the moment because I know that I can prove it through cancer that things that are being released through the body can be detected by certain things in the atmosphere, and this stuff that's being detected are certain carcinogens that can be detected by animals, especially dogs and bees and stuff like that. They are very sensitive to the things that come outside of the cells that we emit from our cellular structure. Now, animals, they say, can detect cancer in humans, and it's true. But they never go in depth to what they are detecting. What is it that animals can sense when a human being is sick or when a human being has cancer? Well, the body puts out something called VOCs. VOCs are volatile organic compounds. And these volatile organic compounds are things that you'll find in meats, you'll find in dairy, you'll find in fish, right? Even parasites release VOCs in the bloodstream when they are ingested. Now, why am I talking about volatile organic compounds? Well, a lot of people don't know that chemicals is one of the 5 forms of energy which is used by signals to carry information through the body to either alter DNA or manipulate genetic material. Number 1, parasites have their own DNA. And what they can do is they can take their DNA and insert it into your cellular structure so that they can control you and use you as a host to spread information through your body. And I'm going to take it even further. Not only that, but don't you know that inbreeding animals can cause cancer inside of the human body? I'm going to prove everything in this video. Inbreeding animals, right? When you are ingesting animals that were inbreeds, right? Inbreeds are that which is closely related to each other. So when they're taking animals and they breed animals that come from each other, that causes a dysfunction in the genetic material of that animal. And dysfunctional DNA does what? It distorts genetic material, which causes infection to be spread throughout the cell, which becomes cancer. DNA holds information. And the information in that DNA determines the outcome and the genetic material of that human being or that animal. But let's go further. Don't you know that information in DNA can control you? So that means that if parasites carry DNA, which they do, information can be inserted into that parasite, and when you ingest it, your body will carry out the display of information that is embedded inside of that parasite's DNA. So DNA from something else or from another organism can control another organism whenever that organism is inserted into that other organism. You are an organism. You are a living thing. So if you're taking in information from a parasite's DNA that has the binary codes for cancer, then guess what? Once that parasite enters your body and invades your cellular structure to change your DNA's codes, to insert that cancer code into your DNA structure within that cell, your body is going to then start to manifest cancer due to the information that is distorting your RNA and taking over your DNA. So we're going to get to the information real quick. All right. I want to hold y'all up. Let's get to the good stuff. And it says animals can detect cancer because cancer cells release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, as they perform their daily functions. When cells become cancerous, their metabolisms change, which alters the VOCs they emit. Animals have a more sensitive sense of smell than humans, so they pick up on these changes. And it goes on to say, yes, some animals can detect cancer by sniffing out volatile organic compounds that are produced by cancer cells. Dogs can detect VOCs in a person's breath, urine, feces, sweat, and skin. Dogs can be trained to detect VOCs through olfactory associative learning. It says, yes, formaldehyde is a volatile organic compound. What is formaldehyde? It is a colorless, sharp-smelling gas that's a probable human carcinogen. It's used in many manufacturing processes, including building materials, fabrics, and glues. Wait till y'all find out what's in your food. Formaldehyde is a volatile organic compound. So it says, yes, meat contains formaldehyde as a natural byproduct of metabolism. And formaldehyde is what? A VOC. It says a study found that poultry typically contains 8.2 parts per million of formaldehyde, while beef contains 8.5 parts per million. Formaldehyde is also found in other foods, including fish, milk, sugar, produce, and coffee. Remember I told y'all that parasites is the cause of cancer and STDs? Well, what's in parasites? It says volatile organic compounds, VOCs, are chemicals released by parasites and other organisms that can impact the behavior of other organisms and the transmission of diseases. Remember when I said inbreeding animals can cause cancer in human beings? It says inbreeding can increase the risk of cancer in humans and animals. Inbreeding reduces genetic diversity, which can make organisms more susceptible to cancer-causing pathogens and parasites. So basically, when they take the family of animals and breed them together and they put them in a supermarket, this causes cancer in the body because this distorts genetic material in that animal, which distorts your genetic material in your body, causing your DNA to disrupt. So these VOCs can be embedded with memory and information to control the parasite in your body. Look at this. It says, yes, volatile organic compounds can be used to control parasites, including plant parasitic nematodes, which cause cancer, and malaria parasites, which cause AIDS. And yes, these parasites lay dormant inside of the animal flesh. And it says VOCs released from meat products are small molecules like aldehydes, ketones, alcohols, and hydrocarbons, primarily generated through chemical reactions like the Maillard reaction and lipid oxidation during cooking, significantly impacting the smell and flavor of the meat, and can be used as indicators of meat quality and freshness. These compounds are considered a key part of the characteristic aroma of cooked meat. This is how they trick you to make you like something that is negative. Okay, y'all, let's get to the good stuff. And I told y'all parasites have DNA. It says, yes, parasites do have DNA. Like all living organisms, parasites possess their own genetic material in the form of DNA, which allows them to replicate and function within their host. And it goes on to say, according to current research, the information contained within a parasite's DNA can potentially influence human behavior, particularly in the case of the parasite Toxoplasma gondii, where studies have linked infection with changes in risk-taking behavior, aggression, and even personality traits. This is how they're controlling our community, y'all. They're taking these bioengineered parasites, these Toxoplasma parasites, and they're putting it in the food. So this is the thought to occur through the parasite's ability to manipulate the host neurotransmitter levels in the brain. Remember when I told y'all that mosquitoes had an attraction to these VOCs? It says when parasites infect human cells, they can release volatile organic compounds, which are essentially chemical signals that can be detected by the host and sometimes even by the parasite's vector, like a mosquito, potentially influencing the host physiology and the facilitating transmission of the parasite. A prominent example is the malaria parasite, Plasmodium falciparum, which emits VOCs